All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Heather Abbott. I want to welcome you to another Healthy by Choice Masterclass. Tonight, we have a very special guest, Miss Linda Morris. She's an Integrative Healing and Well-Being consultant, has been for 24 years, and she's also a founding member of Ladies Leading Ladies, one of my most favorite people on the planet. Please allow me to introduce Dr. Gary Lindner. He's a physiologist, and he's been a former faculty member at many universities. He's currently adjunct faculty member at Chico, is it, honey? Chico State? Okay. So, and if you've got any questions while the presenters are presenting tonight, please put them in the chat and we'll handle those questions after the presentation. So, Dr. Gary Lindner, how about laying some knowledge on us?
Happy to. Thank you, Heather. So I'm going to start tonight with a little bit of review, as we usually do, and talk a little bit about what we talked about last week. And then Linda's going to join me, and we're going to talk about our new super duper Ciaga. Just love this stuff. So let's get started. I'm going to minimize my video there. So welcome to tonight's class. I'm glad you all could join us this evening. And we are talking about self-care, which really is another word for prevention. And I don't think any of us can put a price on our health. And it's evident now more than ever with what we're all going through. And we're going to talk about a number of things. We're going to talk about chronic disease, but some of the principles in self-care are also applicable to infectious disease as well. So self-care is defined as an active process through which people become aware of and make choices for a healthier life. And we are advocates for Nikken and the Nikken Wellness Home because it provides solutions so that we can all be healthy by choice and not leave our health to chance. So currently, the U.S. leads the world in chronic disease and pharmaceutical consumption. And I don't think any of us on tonight's class are proud of that. But we really aren't alone. This is a global problem. It's a growing global issue. Currently, 50% of adults worldwide have at least one chronic condition, and 1 in 3 suffer with 2 or more. Chronic diseases are the leading cause of death and disability worldwide, and these are accelerating and advancing across every region of the globe and pervading all socioeconomic classes. Now, chronic diseases have interrelated common risk factors and are largely preventable. Yet we spend about 97% of our healthcare dollar on treatment, and only 3% is invested in prevention or self-care. This is not just for a problem with adults, it's a global childhood issue as well. But let's just look at here at the US right now. In 1960, less than 2% of children were reported to have health conditions severe enough to interfere with usual daily activities. Current statistics from American Pediatrics in 2017 said that at least 54% of American children have a diagnosed chronic condition. And the most common chronic diseases in children include obesity, asthma, allergies, ADD and ADHD, and autism spectrum disorders. And the way we deal with this is with pharmaceutical intervention. We fill 5.8 billion prescriptions in the US each year. That's about 17 for every one of us on this class tonight. But it's followed by Canada, Germany, and France. And they're increasing. In the UK, they've had nearly a 50% increase in pharmaceuticals dispensed over the last 10 years, and over 1 billion prescriptions every year to a level of about 15 per individual. So pharmaceutical consumption continues to increase globally, driven by a global demand for drugs to treat age-related and chronic diseases. So we talked about interrelated risk factors, and chronic diseases are primarily environmental. And for example, they aren't genetic in origin. So you have these non-modifiable factors such as heredity or age, and then modifiable factors such as our lifestyle, and then also globalization, urbanization, environmental pollution for the causative factors, risk factors for chronic issues. The 4 areas that we focus on in the Self-Care Awakening are pretty simple. They're pretty simple concepts, but from what we can see here, we just don't pay enough attention to it. So most of us live our lives in a state of chronic dehydration. The average adult sleeps less than 7 hours per night. And again, many of these are global statistics. In the US, we consume 153 grams of sugar per day per person. That's a 16-fold increase in the last 200 years. And each of us have more than 200 contaminants because we pretty much live in a toxic world. There are no more pristine environments on this planet, and we sequester, we absorb, we breathe, we drink, we ingest these environmental toxins, which have an effect on our health. So if we look at children, 50% of kids and teens are dehydrated. And this figure really shocked me. 25% of kids don't drink water daily. I just did a presentation for the UK last Saturday, and one of the statistics I found from their National Health Service is that 20% of Britons drink no water a day. I can't imagine that. And basically close to 90% of their country are dehydrated. So 60% of kids don't get enough sleep. And the average American, again, and we look at kids, they're consuming too much sugar as well, especially in the form of high caloric juices, sodas, snacks, treats, the list could go on and on. And as well, they have issues with environmental toxins, and we're even currently seeing children born that may have as many as 300 toxins at the time they're born. So what we can do, again, these are very simple factors, but we want to pay attention to these. So I suggest to drink half your body weight in ounces of healthy water each day. Get at least 8 hours of sleep each night, and kids, depending on age, need at least 9 to 12 hours. Let's monitor our sugar consumption to 25 grams a day, or about 6 teaspoons for women and children, or 36 grams a day for men, about 9 teaspoons. And if we're staying well hydrated, if we're getting good sleep, and we're watching what we're eating, we help to reduce our body burden of environmental toxins. And of course, there's many other products within the Wellness Home that help us do that as well. So Nikken Active Wellness products use science and technology to replicate nature so that we all can be healthy by choice and not leave our health to chance. In the Wellness Home, which is like a greenhouse for humans, we address different areas: healthy air, healthy water, a healthy quality sleep each night, and healthy natural energies to provide to our bodies, as well as healthy whole food nutrition. And we convey this in what we call the Wellness Home packs. We have the water pack to give you the healthiest water possible by filtration of tap water. We have water on the go, water for your home with the waterfall that you see here, and then also healthy water to bathe and shower in. We have the Kenko air purifier for clean air in our homes. We have the Sleep Nature as Sleep Pack for a great night's sleep. And we have the Energy Pack with the grounding pad that we talked about just a couple weeks ago in the Energy Pack. And then we have a Core Nutrition Pack. And I think the main advantage of the Wellness Home, there's a couple of them. One, it's cost effective, it's affordable, it's effective, and it's efficient. And at the same time, it makes their choices simple and easy and just as part of your day. So Heather already kind of introduced my co-host this evening, Linda Katarina Morris, and she gave you a little of her background and that you can see there. But I like working with Linda a lot. She's very knowledgeable, and we are going to talk about Kenzen's Super Ciaga powder. So Linda, if you'd like to unmute, we can do that.
I'm unmuted, yes.
You're unmuted, good. So First of all, maybe you'll agree with me, maybe you won't, but there are so many improvements in this product. It's like a new product to me. It's not like the replacement of our old Super Ciaga juice. You think so?
I am so thrilled with this new product. There's no sugar added in it. There's no sweetener. Nikken people, we are so critical and so demanding. I have to actually.
Well, speak for yourself. I'm not that critical. But now go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, we don't. We don't want that extra sugar. I mean, I was talking to a nutritionist a couple of hours ago that actually caught this bad virus that's going around, and he only had it for 4 days. And you want to know why? His theory is why it was gone so quick.
Why?
He didn't feed it with sugar.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, and Siri's talking in the background to himself. Yeah, I have a male Siri, sorry. But yeah, he's like, you can't feed these diseases or illnesses or health challenges with sugar. And that's why it's so important. This has no added sugar. It's only 10
calories.
Yeah, I know. I saw the 100 on the screen. I'm like, wait, no, it's only 10 calories. That's amazing. And it's so portable. I mean, it's a powder. You can literally put it on your tongue if you want. And so you can travel with it. It can go anywhere with you. It mixes in super easy with water. Actually, I have, here we go. Yes, Waterford, you got to drink it with the best, right? And I actually have some sparkling water, because you literally can just pour it in and it mixes. And look how dark and rich that is. It's very similar to what we used to get in the big, heavy bottle. And I'm just so thrilled with this.
I'm thrilled with it too. And cheers, because I exactly have the same exact beverage. And I love to mix it with carbonated water. I don't drink a lot of carbonated beverages, but there's certain things that I just have to have a carbonated beverage with. I mean, popcorn's one of them. If we're watching a movie or a theater, I got to have something carbonated. But anyways, I love it that way. So let's go through a few more of the slides together, and then at the end, and maybe during the Q&A, everybody can give their favorite recipes for their Ciaga. So what gives it its really high antioxidant rating are all these berries. And if you search and study these berries, you'll find that they are all superfruits and that they are high in antioxidants, fiber, and minerals, and a lot of other great nutrients too. So you'd like to add anything, Linda?
Elderberry, I mean, that's just on the top of every list, an organic Mackay berry. And the thing is, when you add these berries together, it more than multiplies the effect. So, that synergistic effect of putting them all together, that's why it's just such a powerful.
And what a convenient way to do that too. I mean, absolutely. Yeah. So there's more convenience in a jar, and you mentioned that a little bit before. We travel a lot. I know you're on the road quite a bit, maybe not so much right now, but usually. And I love this convenience that we can just, pack it in our suitcase or our little Nikken goodie bag and just take it with us wherever we go. And it's great to mix with some of our other products too.
It is. Well, I texted you this morning. I've mixed it with my Greenzymes.
I have a slide for you.
Okay, we'll wait. But this is a functional food, and the fact that they also are using the monk fruit in it, which is the longevity fruit. So there's so many health benefits to that alone. And I mean, it's a nice natural sweetness. It's not too much. It's perfect. I'm just thrilled.
But wait, there's more. More features and benefits. So it has a very high ORAC value, 5,000 units per serving, and an adult recommended daily dose of ORAC value somewhere between 8 to 10,000. So, one scoop is 50% of your antioxidants. And, they're very important. And I'm not going to talk a lot about free radicals and how, you know, antioxidants search out and neutralize them, but that's exactly what they do. So it's great for cellular functions, immune systems, healthy heart and blood vessels. And what's the acronym for Ciaga? We were talking about that earlier. And
Well, Ciaga, cardiovascular, immune system, antioxidant, gastrointestinal support, and also anti-aging, which also could be considered adaptogenic.
absolutely. And I liked your idea that the C could stand for cellular
Exactly.
health too. Yeah, absolutely.
But I am going to talk a little bit about the free radical.
Go right ahead.
The fact that it helps with that, because I was a flight attendant for 15 years, and you know, having seen my live blood, it's like you cannot avoid free radical damage if you're on an airplane a lot. So the fact that you can now take this with you is just, it's a really big deal to have it available to help counteract some of the negative effects that we get bombarded with when we do life.
Yeah. I've heard that basically, and I don't know this for a fact, that basically being on an airplane is probably one of the unhealthiest places you can put yourself in. So, but
so many aspects. I could go on about that for a while, but we won't. So.
But wait, there's more. So, natural energy levels, overall well-being. It does. You drink it and you just kind of feel good because. And it's very good for you. No artificial flavors or colors, certified vegan, no pesticides, herbicides, or GMOs. I love that fact that it's organic as well, because Nikken is not only about healthy people, but a healthy planet. So basically where they get their ingredients are organic farmers, and they don't use any of the things that contribute to the environmental toxins on our planet.
Well, I mean, we've talked about whole foods for a long time, but this is actually functional food. And there's so many things that people do not consume on a daily basis that are not whole foods. They're not, I don't think they're even really food. So to kind of counteract the effects of life and to make something that tastes this good, like for children, for people that are really picky. I mean, you and I, Gary, would probably, and Heather, we would probably drink anything if we knew it was healthy for us. That we're not the norm. There's a lot of, oh, I'm not drinking that. I'm not doing that. But this tastes delicious, and combining it with the Vital Balance, I did that this morning, and it's just a really nice flavor. So, yeah. I mean, that's important. If it doesn't taste good, people aren't going to do it. And the fact that this tastes good, and you could mix, I don't know that you'd want to, but you could mix it with something else, I guess, if you really wanted to have a little, even more flavor, like pineapple. How about guava juice? That would be good, actually.
Yeah, there's, you know, I'm sure we'll get some in the Q&A, a lot of people talking about the way they've mixed it and what they've mixed it with for a different delicious beverage.
You could even freeze it into ice cubes.
You could, absolutely.
And there's more.
And there's more, yeah, there's more. So it's a very healthy drink. We talked about that. You talked about kids. I think you could mix it with like you and I have this evening. Kids would love that as much as they would any other soda. No diet drinks, no harmful artificial sweeteners. Again, very handy powder and helps you keep the germs at bay. And you were so right when you were talking about pathogens and other things too that thrive on sugar. And when we starve them, they don't affect us near as bad. So that's very cool stuff.
You know, and a lot of times people have discomforts, and sometimes that's just your body's cry for energy. And actually the green enzymes together, I mean, what perfect energy sources to help your body to function better.
Absolutely. And here's the food label, just so you see. But again, you know, some of the things, no refrigeration. I love that we can just take it with us and no sugar added. So what we can do, it's great for the whole family. And it's and so are the other whole food nutritionals you've mentioned too. So here was your morning beverage.
This is my morning.
Heather made a slide for you here.
Thank you, Heather.
So that's kind of like a smoothie, and I can't imagine, you know, you put some KVB in there too, but what a great morning beverage to have. So.
Yeah, that's just our that little Green Zymes cup that we used to have for many moons ago. And it's like 6 ounces of water, and I just poured it in. I have this little wooden whisk, and it makes everything even more delicious having that Ciaga in
We
there.
need to get some more of those little cups. I don't know where mine went. I used to have like a 6-pack of them, and I can't find one anymore. So.
I think I have about 4, but you know, the matcha green tea, adding that in with this, because matcha green tea, it like multiplies once again the health benefits. So if anything you're doing to build your immune system, so if you add matcha green tea to it, it just like quadruples the effect. So that's a bonus.
And for any of you guests this evening, Linda's talking about some of our nutritional products. And if you venture to the Self-Care Awakening YouTube channel, we have individual presentations on each of those that she's mentioned that you could look at too, and the health benefits of them. So I'm going to do a little physiology here.
And
so we've got.
Gary, I have to just say, you know, because sometimes more is better.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Absolutely. So we've got 10 trillion cells in our body, and we need to replace 6 billion of those each day. In the time I just said that, we replace 50 million. Now, we need to give these cells, for cellular health, and overall health, the tools to do that. And this is pretty much everything a cell needs to be healthy. And here's the cool part of this. Here's the Nikken product or technology associated with those needs. That's why I say the Wellness Home is a perfect solution to be healthy by choice. And again, it's in these packs. And Linda, next week, you're going to join me again, along with Randy Rolfe, and we're going to talk about Nikken's Kenzen Vital Balance, which I would consider it to pretty much be a new product as well, with all the improvements and changes that we've made to it.
Yes.
So Linda and I both invite you to join our global wellness community. There's 2 ways you can do that. You can register as a customer and open up your own self-care portal. It's free. There's no obligation. It gives you the direct ability to order Nikken products. And Nikken gives you first access to new products and special offers. Or you can join us as a Nikken distributor. That costs $99. You can become your own best customer and acquire others. You get a free web page where you can send customers or clients to order. You get retail profits plus commissions and the support of our complete team to help you in your journey. So I'll mention this and put one more plug in for the Self-Care Awakening YouTube channel. These are some of the recent master classes that we've done on Tuesday evenings, and just go there and there's lots of great information for you. So next week, we'll have another class. Linda will be joining me, and also Randy Rolfe will be joining us as well. And we'll be talking about our Kenzen Vital Balance. So any closing words that you'd like to say, Linda?
You know, it just, I'm so grateful to live in a wellness home. I have for 24 years. I can't imagine life without everything, because it just makes life better on every level. And, you know, and part of that is, you know, what fuel are we putting in our bodies? And sometimes we're not perfect. It's not about being perfect, but having the tools available is really critically important. And with hurricane approaching Florida now, hurricane season, not a hurricane, cancel that. You know, to have this, you know, some of these products available that they don't have to be refrigerated is a really big deal. So thank you, Gary and Heather, for inviting me. I'm super excited about this. So.
Well, thank you, Linda. I'm so glad you joined us. So with that, I'm going to stop our share, and we're going to open it up for some Q&A.